Jonathan Whitaker, and this is my entry for the Hackaday Prize. I'm a musician, and over the course of learning various instruments like bagpipes, piano, clarinet, I noticed something really annoying. All of these instruments have a huge barrier to entry. It's really hard to just get going. You have to find a teacher who's willing to teach you. You have to learn the music notation, the fingering. You have to buy the instrument, which is usually extremely expensive. And you need really fine motor skills to play the thing. So there's all of these barriers, and I looked about how can we lower these barriers to music creation? How can we lower the entry point so that anyone can start making music? So this is a solution. I call it the Kwese, which means everywhere in Shona, which is the language in Zimbabwe. And the idea is that anyone can come. You can plug it into anything. I'm using fruit for this example, but it works just as well with Play-Doh or bits of metal or anything that conducts a little bit. And the idea is that people can come and just play music wherever they want. So I'm hoping that it'll be an open source idea and just really enable people to start playing and messing around. And you don't need any fine motor skills, so people who perhaps disabled and can't play a normal instrument, they can play it. This is one version where it's all self-contained, and it's just synthesizing the sound on a little chip there. I have another version here. This one's actually Bluetooth, so it connects to your computer, and then your computer does a sound on there that allows you to pipe MIDI into just about any program you want. So the idea is for it to just be a sort of open collection of musical instruments where people can just start playing around with ideas and really rapidly just get to making music. I've seen so many people of my friends and people we tested it on who have no experience, and they can just come and start jamming straight away, play lots of sounds at once, cycle through some really cool sounds. So yeah, it's just an idea to go out and play music everywhere and just be a new way of making music. Okay, so now I'm going to explain the sort of technical details of my device here. This is actually a later prototype. And in there, basically, it's very simple. There's an Atmega chip, an Arduino. I used in the earlier versions. But it's just a very simple circuit there. It's got some resistors in, and it's doing capacitive touch sensing. But it sort of calibrates on startup. I've got it reading the initial value so that you can plug it into really large things and have arbitrary length wires. It doesn't really affect it. And then it Bluetooths to your phone. Your phone or your computer. I've got a friend who's doing an app for Android, and that then synthesizes the MIDI. So it takes in what data is about which keys are being touched. And you can touch more than one at once. It doesn't matter because it's doing them individually really, really fast. So it takes in data about which keys are pressed. It sends that to a computer or a phone, and then that generates the music. So the idea of building it around an Atmega 328, I know there's better chips, but that's the one that everyone really knows because it's an Arduino. And I don't know if you can see this little prototype here. This is literally no soldering involved. I twisted a bunch of resistors together. They plug through a Sparkle musical instrument shield and straight into an Arduino here, an Arduino Uno, powered by a battery pack, sending the sound straight out to a speaker, and just connected up all the wires to my fruit, and yeah, that starts sensing the input. But it can use much bigger things as input. I've actually used myself as an input. The way that works is when it turns on, I'm already touching one of the inputs. So then it knows that's the base capacitance, and then it's only when someone else touches me that I trigger it. So I'm hoping that touch, if nothing else, will be used in a lot of other projects, because I haven't really seen anyone doing it like that before. But I also hope that lots of other people go out and build this for themselves. It's really easy. There's no skill involved, and all the code's up on my GitHub repository. It's github.com/JonoWhitaker/Kwese, Kwese, and that's the name of the device, and that should be the address up there. I hope you can read that. Yeah, so that's about it. It's my entry for the Hackaday Prize, and I really hope to see some other people do some really cool things with it.